no. Oh no. Oh no. These Harlem dudes is funny, man. Who is who is who is funnier than a Harlem rapper or a Harlem resident? These Harlem dudes, they're always hypercritical. They always want to clown you, roast you, rip you apart. Pause. They can't stop saying pause. Um, wow. Now on this channel, as you do, you talk about a lot of, legendary MCs, more mainstream artists, but underground hip hop has always been the foundation. And you can never, they can kill hip hop in the mainstream, the radio, whatever, but you can never destroy it from the underground. You cannot. There will always be underground real hip hop. It will never end. It won't get the hyper promotion, but it'll never end. When I was a young kid in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, the underground scene, you had people like Immortal Technique, The Cunning Linguist, J Live, countless people, obviously, Esham, so on and so forth. And when you had that late 90s era, early 2000s era, that's when the Clue tapes and Tony Touch and K Slay and so on and so forth. And back then, as a rapper, to get a buzz, the best way was to get on a Clue tape, was to get on, Hot 97. If you could somehow get, a verse on a song or get a verse on during a cipher and it got played on the, the Monday night mixtape or whatever the case, you could have a record deal the next morning. People think things happen quickly today. No, things have always happened quickly. If someone notices your talent, they will come and they will find you. It's always been this way. And in the late 90s, when it came to up and coming rappers, one of the hottest up and comers in New York was an MC named Ali Vegas. Now, Ali Vegas, he was in that like Queen circle, and that whole, he had like, a lot of local support from Half a Mill, who I believe Half a Mill is Brooklyn, but he was well known throughout New York as this is the next great. He's so young, but he's so nice, and he looks and he sounds like a baby Nas, and so he had support from Capone and different Queens MCs and Brooklyn MCs and people around New York, as I said. And then he gets around Nas, and Ali Vegas has always told a story that Nas had him blackballed from the music industry. Now, a lot of groupies, you people, you love to pick and choose. If a rapper gets on a camera and says, Puffy blackballed me, Puffy held me down, pause, you'd be like, oh man, it's messed up how Puffy did that. But let somebody say Nas blackballed me or 50 Cent, oh, y'all hating, man, shut up. You people love to pick and choose. Because you like Nas, because you like somebody, that means they never did no wrong. They never blackballed nobody. They never stole from somebody. They never hurt somebody because you like this person. This is the fans. This is groupies in the comment sections. Why would Ali Vegas lie about that? This is life. People get insecure, jealous, they feel threatened, and they will shut you down. Oh, well, why would Nas feel threatened? He's Nas. You people, the delusion just never ends. Why would Jay-Z ain't even think about, you people love doing this because, like Jay-Z, well, Jay-Z got this much money. He not even think about these other dudes. What are you talking about? You're a human being. Do you people think Jay-Z lives on another planet? What are you talking about? The delusion of groupie ass fans. Hit the like button though. So Ali Vegas told a story, and this is where Nas was felt he was made to feel uncomfortable around Ali Vegas. Ali Vegas was an up and comer. He had a lot of buzz in the underground New York rap scene. He had gotten around to Columbia Records, where Nas was signed, and Columbia had like Lauryn Hill, the Fugees. They had Big L at the time. And also around the time Ali Vegas gets to Columbia, which is around 97, 98, 96, 97, 98. This is also around the time where 50 Cent is at Columbia. So 50 Cent, Jam Master Jay put him in the music game. He gets to Columbia And at the time of 97, 98, 99, Columbia didn't really see much in 50 Cent as an artist. They liked him better as a songwriter for other people. So, 50 Cent at this time, this is when he starts writing for Mariah Carey. He's working with Destiny's Child. They do a song for Power of the Dollar. He gets to work with Puffy around, I think he got to work with Puffy around maybe 2000, 2001, around the G-Dep, the G-Dep, Black Rob era of Bad Boy. But Ali Vegas and 50 Cent, they were kind of like the go-to writers for Columbia when it came to working with artists. But they did see the potential in Ali Vegas. And Ali Vegas got a very big budget. This is when they gave album budgets at the time that were just astronomical. And Ali Vegas, who was working on his album Generation Gap, he had an idea for a song where he wanted the song to be Rakim, him, and Nas as the generations. As Ali Vegas, he was getting always compared to Nas. To me, Ali Vegas, you can obviously see the Nas comparisons, but to me, Ali Vegas, if you listen to him rap, he always sounded like a combination of Nas and Jay-Z to me. And he actually said he liked Nas as a rapper, but I think he said he liked Biggie and Jay-Z more, and he was more influenced by Biggie and Jay-Z's rhyming. But I always thought he sounded like a combination of Nas and Jay-Z. So anyway, Ali Vegas told a story that he was at a studio, and this had to be like 98, around that time. And in the studio, it was him, it was Mase, Nas, and Horse. And Horse would later be known for being on the Uchi Wally song. And Ali Vegas started rapping, and then Mase was like, wow, Nas, he reminds me of you back when you were ill, back when you were good. These Harlem dudes is funny. So, there's always been a thing, certain people, Nas ain't the same after Illmatic, all that BS. So Mase, he disses Nas while complimenting Ali Vegas. I don't really know, Nas. I was murder. P. Diddy named me pretty. I did it for the money. Now can you get with me? Spray so much Izzy, the girls get this. Mase. One of my favorites ever. Mase got that slow remedial talk flow. But speaking of Jay-Z, that beef happened around the same time. But when they heard Ali Vegas rap and Mase looked at Nas and said, he reminded me of you when you was ill. That was a cold shot. And Ali Vegas has gone on saying how Nas would blackball him, how they made sure Ali Vegas was not around Dr. Dre because Ali Vegas was in the sessions when they did the Firm album. And he was in the sessions. He was around the sessions when Dre was working on 2001. Because, Dr. Dre, one thing he's always done is he's always embraced a large group of artists. He'd always have a million rappers around. That's why so many people have worked with him. A lot of it hasn't come out, but there's so many artists, especially Dr. Dre. He likes working with newer underground artists people don't know. Dr. Dre, he's always had a great ear, obviously, but he's always loved lyricists. He worked with John Connor, Khan, obviously Nas, Jay-Z. So he always has had a fondness for great MCs. Obviously MC Ren, Ice Cube. But Ali Vegas told this story, and I just found it so funny how I can see Mase saying that. A lot of these Harlem dudes, they have no filter, which is why they probably always end up in conflict. Dame Dash, Cameron, Mase, Jim Jones. I guess Jim Jones is from the Bronx, but these Harlem dudes, they have no filter. They will say anything at any time. And it was just so comical when I heard Ali Vegas tell this story that Mase basically dissed Nas in his face in a studio right after hearing Ali Vegas rap. This is funny as hell to me. Ali Vegas' career, he was blackballed, and his career did not take off. His album Generation Gap, I believe it was shelved, but it was later put on the internet. Ali Vegas also, and I got to do more research on this, but he was close to 50 Cent. And I always wondered when it came to G Unit, did they ever consider putting Ali Vegas in it? And I wonder if they ever thought of I want, for some reason, I don't know if I saw this on a forum, but I'm thinking when they did G Unit, was it like a debate between should we put Ali Vegas or Lloyd Banks? Now, Lloyd Banks, obviously, another great MC, and he fit perfectly, obviously. Ali Vegas was more of like a poetic rapper. Like he had a, lyrical, but he's more of a poet, which he would say himself. Lloyd Banks was obviously like lyrical punchline rapper. So if Ali Vegas was in G Unit, he might actually not have fit, but he was close to 50 Cent. They were working in Columbia, as I said. But I always wondered that. But Ali Vegas, he's one of the nicest, and he is wasted potential because he should have had a much bigger career and he should be much more known. Um, but I do think that him kind of looking and sounding like Nas may have also hurt him. Say Nas did not put the black ball on him, which Nas allegedly did. It might have been hurt because it might have been you're nice, but you're too much. You're too close to Nas, so it might have hurt him later on. So I don't know, but Ali Vegas, he's still around. He's still nice as he ever was back then when he was a kid, and also around that time, the late 90's, early 2000s. That was also a great period. But that was also a great period for like kid rappers because you had Ali Vegas, you had A Plus. It's kind of funny. Ali Vegas was kind of like a baby Nas, and then A Plus was kind of like a baby AZ kinda. And then of course you had Lil Bow Wow, who's like the most successful kid rapper. Lil Romeo, who I could never stand. But you always had kid rappers, but it's not really today. But I think today you don't see kid rappers a lot because the child labor laws were changed. A lot of contracts involving children have been drastically changed. So it's kind of a lot of red tape and a lot of legal procedure needed to really have a kid artist these days. That's why you don't really see a new Little Bow Wow. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Ali Vegas? Could you see Mase saying something like that so bluntly in Nas's face? This is funny as hell to me. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel. If you want to support the channel, you can do a super sticker, super chat, or you can donate to the Cash App. It's $XDN online. I'm up out of here, and that is it.